Before Christmas was ever about Santa or Christmas trees, it was about survival and hope. The ancient celebrations of the winter solstice sparked the traditions we now associate with the holiday season. Let's dive into the pagan roots that gave birth to the Christmas we know today. From ancient fires to festive feasts, the holiday's history is full of surprising twists. Come with us as we unveil the beautiful traditions that shaped Christmas. Chapter 1. The Pagan Roots of Christmas. Where it all began. Before Christmas became what we know today, ancient cultures celebrated the winter solstice as a time when the sun began to rise again, bringing light and warmth. These celebrations were full of rituals, fires, and feasts, as people believed this was the moment when nature's energy was renewed. Traditions like gift-giving and decorating homes with greenery became the foundation for the Christmas customs we practice now. As Christianity spread, many of these ancient practices were woven into Christmas celebrations, and December 25th was chosen as the date for Jesus' birth, allowing the old festivities to continue under a new light. Chapter 2. The Birth of Christian Christmas. Celebrating December 25th. When Christianity spread, it brought with it the tradition of celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Early Christians didn't have a specific date for his birth, but by the 4th century, December 25th was chosen to mark the occasion. This was likely done to align with the winter solstice celebrations that already existed in many cultures, which celebrated the return of light and the sun's rebirth. By choosing this date, the Church made it easier for people to adopt Christianity while still holding on to their beloved traditions. As cultures already celebrated light during this time, the adoption of December 25th allowed the celebration of Jesus' birth to symbolize the arrival of spiritual light into the world. Christians believed that, just as the sun returns after the solstice, Jesus, as the light of the world, brought hope and salvation to humanity. Chapter 3. Medieval Christmas. A season of feasting and folklore. During the medieval period, Christmas became a major celebration across Europe, lasting up to 12 days. It was a time of grand feasts, music, and community gatherings. People celebrated with elaborate banquets, where food like roasted meats, pies, and sweet treats were abundant. Homes and churches were decorated with greenery, and it was common for people to come together for games and storytelling. Christmas was a time for indulgence, with communities sharing in the joy of the season, regardless of social status. The Church also played a role, holding services to mark the birth of Christ. But the celebrations went far beyond religious observances, blending both sacred and secular traditions. Chapter 4. The Puritan Ban. When Christmas was illegal. In the 17th century, the Puritans in England and America believed that Christmas should not be celebrated, as they considered it to be a pagan holiday with no biblical basis. In 1647, under the rule of Oliver Cromwell, the celebration of Christmas was officially banned in England. The Puritans saw the festive activities of drinking, feasting, and merrymaking as sinful, and they sought to impose a more somber, pious way of life. People who were caught celebrating Christmas faced fines or punishment, and many Christmas traditions, like feasts and public gatherings, were outlawed. This period of Christmas repression lasted for almost a decade, until the monarchy was restored and the ban was lifted in 1660. Chapter 5. The Victorian Christmas. Birth of Modern Traditions. During the Victorian era, Christmas underwent a major transformation, shaping many of the traditions we recognise today. Queen Victoria and her husband, Prince Albert, popularised the Christmas tree, which was inspired by German customs. The tree was decorated with candles, ornaments and sweets, becoming a centrepiece in homes across Britain. The Victorians also introduced the tradition of sending Christmas cards and started emphasising family time, creating the foundation for modern Christmas celebrations. The holiday became a time for charity, with a focus on helping the poor, and the story of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens helped bring attention to the spirit of generosity and goodwill. Christmas in the Victorian era marked a shift toward the warm, family-centered holiday we know today. Chapter 6. Santa Claus. From St. Nicholas to global icon. The story of Santa Claus begins with St. Nicholas, a 4th century bishop known for his generosity and kindness, particularly toward children and the poor. His legend spread across Europe, where he became a symbol of gift-giving and compassion. In the Netherlands, he was called Sinterklaas, and Dutch settlers brought this tradition to America, where it evolved into Santa Claus. By the 19th century, writers and artists transformed Santa into the jolly figure we know today. Clement Clarke Moore's poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" described Santa as a plump, cheerful man delivering toys with a sleigh and reindeer. Later, illustrations by Thomas Nast solidified his red suit, white beard, and iconic image. Today, Santa Claus is a global symbol of Christmas joy, celebrated in countries around the world, blending cultural traditions with the universal spirit of giving. Chapter 7. Christmas in the 20th Century. Commercialization and Globalization. The 20th century transformed Christmas into a global, commercialized phenomenon. With the rise of mass production and advertising, Christmas gifts became central to the holiday, and companies like Coca-Cola helped popularize the modern image of Santa Claus through iconic advertisements. Shopping malls introduced the concept of Santa's Grotto, where children could meet Santa and share their wish lists, further cementing the connection between the holiday and consumer culture. At the same time, the globalization of media and commerce spread Christmas traditions beyond the Western world. Countries like Japan adopted Christmas as a secular celebration, with traditions like eating KFC on Christmas Eve becoming wildly popular. The holiday evolved into a universal season of joy, combining local customs with global influences, and by the end of the century, it was celebrated in nearly every corner of the world. Chapter 8. Modern Christmas. Celebrating diversity. In the modern era, Christmas has evolved into a celebration that reflects the diversity of cultures, traditions, and beliefs around the world. While its roots are deeply tied to Christianity, many people now celebrate it as a secular holiday, focusing on family, generosity, and togetherness. In countries like India and China, Christmas has become a festive occasion, even for those who don't follow the Christian faith. Different communities bring their unique flavor to the holiday. Meanwhile, many non-Christian families in Western countries have embraced Christmas traditions like decorating trees, exchanging gifts and enjoying holiday meals, finding joy in the season's universal themes of love and giving. Modern Christmas shows that the spirit of the holiday transcends boundaries, becoming a truly inclusive celebration for people of all backgrounds. The closing. The timeless spirit of Christmas. No matter how much Christmas has changed throughout history, its core message remains timeless: the celebration of love, generosity, and togetherness. From ancient pagan festivals to modern-day global celebrations, Christmas has continuously adapted to reflect the spirit of the times while holding on to its deep roots in community and family. Whether it's through the joy of giving, the warmth of shared meals, or the simple act of spending time with loved ones, Christmas continues to bring people together across cultures and generations. In the end, the spirit of Christmas is not confined to a particular time or place. It's a universal reminder of the power of kindness, compassion, and the hope for a better world. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through the history of Christmas. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments, because your voice is part of this story too. Until next time, keep dreaming.